If you want to get your loved one something special this year, maybe steer clear of a stationary bike. Otherwise, you might end up in a Peloton of trouble. Find out why on this week's bowl of Dude Soup. Cut to Blaine. Cut to Blaine. He's got his head in his hands. I wrote that while we were talking earlier. I was like, oh, we need an intro for the show.
We are working on a new intro. We've seen what it looks like.
We have seen a glimpse of what it looks like.
That's cool.
That's like the original, right? Like,
Maybe?
Since like episode 1, I feel like.
No, I don't think it's the original.
I think it is. I think it went away for a while and then Lawrence found it and brought it back.
But I think the original didn't have like the stuff that I think the original was just royalty-free Pralinger footage of like the JFK assassination or whatever that is.
God. Zapruder film?
You can't mention that. Do you know what year it is? 2019. It happened almost 1,000 years ago. Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining us for Dude Soup this week. I just want to shout out a couple stuff at the top. Arizona Circle. Season finale. If you are watching this live, is available to watch on Rooster Teeth First tomorrow. The season finale of Arizona Circle. Arguably the most ambitious of all the episodes thus far.
Yeah, definitely. Remembering back to the shoot day. Yeah.
So it definitely was a big shoot. If you are not a first member, that's totally fine because you can then watch episode 6, last week's first episode. Now you can watch that for free, and then you can watch the finale. Then 1 week after that. So we'll probably hit you with that reminder again too. But just so you know, if you are a first member, go watch Arizona Circle season finale. It's gonna be fun. Also, I want to let you guys know that this Friday at the Rooster Teeth store, you can get buy 2, get 1 free on all Funhaus merch. That includes
BOGO.
That includes this shirt that I'm wearing here.
Nice shirt.
Thank you. It's a very good material. Feel the material.
Ooh, that's a soft shoulder.
Very good material. It hangs onto the pecs, which I like.
Oh, yeah.
Clenches the pecs.
Yeah.
Very good.
I almost wore that this morning, and I was like, James might wear this.
Well, I have a bag of shirts that I'll dig through to make sure that I'm wearing something to promote our stuff. So yeah, make sure to check that out this Friday, December 6th. And then also, this is leading into our guests here. I want to remind you guys to check out the Good Morning from Hell podcast every Monday. Subscribe wherever you can find your podcasts. And that leads me into our guests for this week. I'd like to welcome Chris Demarais, Blaine Gibson, the stars creators of the Good Morning from Hell podcast.
I saw on the doc you said guest 3 for me.
You were labeled as guest 3 for a long time.
I was like, okay.
Well, because you haven't accomplished anything, you see. You're just Adam Kovic.
So once I do a podcast,
That's it.
That's on the internet.
Then you made it.
Then you'll put my name down.
Uh-huh.
All right.
You get to fly out to LA.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just
live
like us.
Here. Okay.
Oh, okay.
When Paul Rudd is promoting the next Ant-Man, he goes on Letterman and all this. When you guys are promoting your podcast, you go on Dude Soup. I'd say that fits pretty nicely.
Our podcast has really big guests. We had the Beatles on.
That's true. Well, a couple of them.
Yeah,
not all of them.
Yeah.
They sounded interesting. Like,
Yeah. I listened to that one. That was really cool. For a while, I was like, "Is that David Bowie?" But then I was like, "No, that's John Lennon."
that's right.
You guys are doing audio only, right?
That's right.
I like that. That's good. We're going back to the radio play days.
Yeah.
And that's the best part about it is like you can go in and just like some stuff will be happening, but since we don't have to film it, we could add in like stupid sounds. Like I think a dinosaur showed up in the Beatles episode.
Yeah.
Sure.
So for context, for people who don't know what the show is, it takes place in hell. I died. I'm in hell, and Blaine plays a character named Clayton, who is the brother of Satan, and we interview people in hell every episode.
That's right.
Like the Beatles.
It sounds like a lot of fun. I have listened to it. I'd love to participate at some point.
Well,
Maybe when I die and go to hell, I'd love to do it.
Maybe.
No, thank you guys for being here. I also want to thank Hims Bespoke Post and Quip for sponsoring this episode. Try Hims today, starting out with a free online visit by going to forhims.com/dude. Get 20% off your first monthly box when you sign up for boxofawesome.com and enter code DUDE at checkout. And go to getquip.com/dude to save on gift sets and to get your first refill free with the refill plan. Thank you guys for your sponsorships. We're going to hear more from them as we get on into the show. But without further ado, I want to jump right into this first topic. I had no idea what we were going to talk about today. Bicycle thing.
What is it called again?
Peloton.
Peloton.
Are you guys aware of Peloton?
It's like
You brought it to my attention.
I was not previously.
Not
It's like
until
a
I mentioned this.
$3,000 bike you put in your living room if you're rich.
It's got like a TV. I'm assuming it
it's a
connects to the internet.
stationary bike that's extremely expensive that allows you to basically take spin classes online. It has a TV built in.
They make you subscribe too, so it's like $20 a month. But they're like, why pay for the gym? Why not pay $5,000 up front and buy a bike?
Yeah.
And then pay more.
And is it live stream or is it just VODs?
Well,
I think it's
both.
everything.
They did a thing where they said, "Oh, Karen from California," and she's like, "Oh, they mentioned my name." So like, I'm assuming there's like a live.
They
element.
must know.
I think they do like a live. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's part of the subscription. It's stupid.
So anyway, it's a luxury, a very much luxury fitness item.
Yeah, if you've bought everything else, get this.
It doesn't, as far as I'm aware, in the fitness world, it doesn't have a great reputation already because it's like you could pay for 8 years worth of a gym membership that also has free spin classes in the gym.
Oh yeah,
you know,
right there live.
or bicycles or anything you could do for the price of one bike, not even counting the subscription.
Does it do anything though? Like, does it have like an elevation thing, or does it turn?
It's a spin. It's, I guess, a really high quality spin bike. So like when you want to increase the intensity, you turn that little knob or whatever. I've only done like 1 or 2 spin classes. So like it's not just a stationary bike where you're pedaling, but it's one of those ones where it's like, all right, now get up and go.
They're just like the trendy like in-home thing right now.
Okay.
I don't know why I know about them, but I do.
Because it's brilliant marketing.
I guess, yeah.
There's a mall not too far from us that's like this glamour Beverly Hills mall, in Century City.
Oh, yeah.
And there's a Peloton stand. Like it's not a kiosk because they don't. That would be beneath this mall. It's like a glass dome within which there are 3 Pelotons where they not only let you try the Peloton, but also like it's a sales floor too. So they're trying to sell you on it, but there's also sometimes people in there that are like, I'm going to catch my workout here in the middle of the mall.
Good
and they're
idea,
like
yeah.
surrounded by glass as they're pedaling along.
That
and
sounds like a
They lock
ton
you
of
in.
fun.
yeah.
And then you're not allowed out till you finish the class.
Yeah,
You
and
heard
then
it,
they,
right?
they churn up the
He did
money,
the same thing at
and the
the
money
end.
starts flying, and then you have to grab the cash and everything while you're doing it.
Yeah.
So
This is in the same mall, by the way, that has a Tesla dealership, an Apple store, and a Microsoft store.
Oh, so an everyday man mall.
just
it's your common strip mall.
Yeah, now you have
Yeah.
in the middle of America. Who
Go
knows?
through and get everything you need all at once.
Pelotons,
Italy.
Teslas.
Yeah,
a
it's everything.
Lululemon too.
It's it's got everything. It's
It's
got an
basic-
Amazon store. We're coming back around.
Is it one of those ones where you go in and then you steal shit and then you walk out?
Not quite
I
yet.
don't think that's how it works.
That was a commercial,
That's just
though.
a store.
That was
I
that
know
was like the commercial though.
the idea
remember?
was you go in there and it scans your eyeballs and it
Oh
goes,
yeah.
we know who you are. Whatever you take, we'll just debit from your account. You're like,
Oh, yeah.
you're walking out with all your Alexas. Or
I don't think
whatever.
we're at that point with that one
No,
yet.
not
I don't
that
think
one.
it works that
No,
way.
they just sell books.
Amazon's got some weird shit because they did that and then they did the drone thing, and I guess it's just to be eye catching. Like they're just like,
I'm still waiting for those drones.
someday this will happen.
One day. Anyway.
Yeah.
It's
Anyway,
a rich person mall.
so
Gotcha.
that to get you in the mindset of what this bike is, they released their holiday commercial on YouTube, and people hate it. So we can't play it because it's using copywritten music. But basically, the basic premise is there's a woman. She receives the bike as a surprise Christmas gift from her significant other, her partner, and then proceeds to, in a real kind of like scared way, document her journey using it.
Look how nervous she looks when she's
Yeah.
showing the video to her husband.
to 1 year later when she feels like she's actually made progress with it and she's very grateful.
Yeah.
Did I do good?
So,
She just doesn't change either. She's the exact same shape she started in.
well, that's interesting that you say that. I feel like we can get into that later. But,
Yeah.
so there a lot of people are taking issue with it. It has a ton of dislikes. Which I always think is funny because it doesn't stop it from getting views. And they're like,
Right.
let's see, the point of a commercial is for people to see more of it. But anyway, people are calling it sexist. They're calling it health shaming. They're calling it a lot of things. Some of it is tongue in cheek. I think a lot of people are just kind of like seeing it as like, it's not the best form of marketing. And I was curious. I know you guys have all seen the commercial, and I would also like to clarify that it's 4 dudes. This isn't what I intended to be what was going to happen, but this is 4 men.
Oh, the
discussing.
number 4 guys. I was saying this was 4 dudes.
No.
Confused.
This podcast right now is 4 men discussing this topic. So
Mm-hmm.
there are societal, cultural things that I'm sure we're going to completely miss out on in this discussion. That being said, I did show it to 2 women earlier today,
Mm-hmm.
and their reactions were not appalled, and as far as I'm concerned, they speak for all women. And so we're going to be going from there.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot we don't know about this relationship. Like, I get a 50 Shades of Grey kind of vibe based on the look of the guy. So I think, like, you know,
It's the only smile he cracks.
yeah, you don't see the part where he's like filling her with butt plugs and stuff.
That's
so, like,
downstairs.
yeah.
We only saw the first floor.
that's why she's like, I hope I get in shape for you, master. And it's like, okay, that they were trying to cater to that crowd. That's probably a part of the missed part in the marketing.
I think some of it is the performance. I think it's her performance.
How scared she looks.
She looks terrified.
She's not a bad actress though, but it is like kind of a weird character. There's two things that piss me off about this. One is she keeps changing the aspect ratio of her filming.
Okay.
It's either vertical or horizontal.
Yeah,
that's the
one.
first thing I thought of too.
And then the other thing is it reminds me of those E3 press conferences where they're like, all right, I'm going in. I got a sniper headshot. You owe me a beer later. It's just like the fake banter that I can't fucking
The way
stand.
no two humans ever talk to each other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like they've never actually sold a bike to anyone. They're like, who needs this? Probably someone who lives on the lake in a 4,000 square foot home with floor to ceiling windows.
Yeah.
That's our market.
I like the part too where they're sitting in the living room watching her vlog footage in the wrong aspect ratio. That's the moment where I want to step and go, oh, let me fix that for you and just flip the fucking TV for them.
Well, so there's obviously it's 30 seconds. It's a 30-second commercial. There's so much unsaid in this commercial, right?
Right.
There's a lot of subtext, and I do think it's very interesting how people are pulling away the subtext. It's like the Yancey or whatever is it?
Oh,
The blue dress, the gold dress, or whatever, or Yancey and
Lyle
or whatever.
yeah.
It feels like it's one of those things because people are just kind of like seeing what they want, except no one's seeing anything good in this. So like a couple people said on Twitter, Sirja Hashmi says, nothing says maybe you should lose a few pounds like gifting your already rail thin life partner a Peloton, which to me is like, okay, well, if your concern here is like that this commercial is body shaming, maybe you shouldn't body shame the actress who's in the commercial, who, by the way, didn't ask for a Peloton and is just an actress performing this. Like, so there was another article that I saw somewhere that was like, what did it say? Oh, Peloton's viral ad captures a 116-pound woman's year-long fitness journey to become a 112-pound woman. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like, there's a lot of anger directed there. Good King Tweetman said, contrary to the commercial, do not give your wife a Peloton bike for a gift. Do not give her exercise equipment for a gift, gentlemen. Just a statement of fact. Mark Hoppus got involved and said, I hope the Peloton wife leaves her husband and takes their daughter and falls in love with the Mandalorian and they raise the daughter and baby Yoda together as one happy family.
Man.
That's what I hope.
He's up on current events.
Well, he's just like looking at the trending tab. He's like, can I get it
feels
all?
like
in
How
one
can I
tweet?
combine?
I felt like a tweet written by a robot.
Yeah.
I guess maybe from a marketing perspective. Okay, so from a production aspect, smart because they only need to shoot in one location, right? So they knocked the whole thing out. But I guess the real journey should have been like she had like a broken arm or something, and then her husband's like, "Here's a Peloton," and then the ending is her like winning a race or something where it's like, "Oh, okay, this thing helped you get somewhere." It wasn't so much like you go, "Hey, fat cow, here's a bike for your fat ass,"
so
and she's like, I didn't eat today. And he's like, get on the bike maybe, huh? Don't drink water.
Let me ask, is that the vibe, like kind of going around the table? Like, is that the vibe that you got that the dude's like,
I don't know
like,
because you don't know.
come on, babe, shed some pounds.
Maybe she wanted exercise equipment. Maybe she asked for it. You don't know.
Okay.
Like she's afraid of going outside because every time she thinks birds will attack her or something. Like we don't know anything about her. She might have a fear of birds.
She might have a fear of birds.
There used to be one shot of her on the bike. A bird hits the window. And she goes,
We can all agree. I think we can all agree, no matter whether or not you think this ad is bad or good, she's afraid.
She's really nervous. Yeah. It doesn't, and this isn't like, this is just bad casting, but she also kind of looks like Katie Holmes. And you kind of like, there's like a Scientology, like,
Okay.
you know, honor element. But also like, it's weird too, because it's like, normally there's like a tit for tat where it's like, oh, I got you this new dog. Oh, I got you this new car. You know, it's like, but the gift that she gives back is a video. And it's like, I made this for you.
I guess also we're watching on mute right now, but I don't think the husband ever says a word.
doesn't.
He just points at the Peloton and just looks beautiful and smiles.
So-
he does have like a 50 Shades of Grey look about him.
Here's what I think the commercial's about.
Oh,
I think she said, I don't know. They were at this mall and then she went, I don't know. It looks kind of cool. She's like, I don't like going to the gym.
I don't want to go up into the glass structure and
There's-
do it in front of people.
There's so many birds, and she's like, I don't think I want to go to the gym, but a Peloton, I might use it. And he's like, okay, but it's $4,000.
No, he didn't say anything. He just went.
Let's presuppose.
He
for
just
this. He went
wrote down the
4K question mark.
Yeah.
And then she was like, I know it's a lot of money. I probably shouldn't. She's like, but I know that I would use it, but no, it's fine. It's not a good thing. Enter first scene of the commercial. She comes down. He goes, it's a bike. It's a bike you wanted. I got it. And she's like, all right, I'm going to show that this was worth the money we spent on this by documenting my journey to use it. And I'm scared because we had to remortgage the
debt,
home.
yeah.
But I'm going to prove to you that it's worth it. I take personal offense as a man to the expectation that if someone exercises for a whole year, they have to look different at the end of the year. That's not really how fitness works. She could be way stronger. She could have way more cardio, or she could be in
Endurance,
any number of way better shapes than actually changing her shape. So the implication that she's doing this to lose a number seems like already a societal misconception on what fitness can and should be.
Yeah.
Which that's the only thing that I think everyone can hate this ad as much as they want. I think it's cheesy. It reminds me of those Lexus ads where they come out and there's a bow on the Lexus.
December to
and I'm like,
remember.
I put us into debt, for a car. It reminds me of that kind of thing, only with a stationary bike. But I was kind of like taken aback by people's implication that she has to physically change.
The only really unrealistic thing in this entire ad is at no point is there a coat just thrown on top of it.
Well, the maid takes it off every single day.
One of the maids,
It does
the
keep
weekend maid.
hopping around in locations though. Like at one point, it's in their kitchen. That's the kitchen right there.
Yeah.
And in another room, there's like a shelf.
Yeah,
a
they,
shelf in the background.
they never show the part where the husband walks into it and then just stares at her angrily, like, I thought we talked about moving this. And then he goes,
Yeah.
And then she looks scared again. He's like, where's the vlog today?
I would like to see a parody of this video, but like a wife buys her husband a squat rack, and then he makes the exact same kind of video.
It's like, holy shit, this is fucking awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
Babe, fuck, this is awesome.
Except it's just like Judas Priest and him going. Yeah, no, I thought about that too. I was like, because one of the the tweets are like, there were a lot of tweets saying like, don't buy your wife fitness equipment or whatever. I'm like, we need to change how we think about. I think there's maybe a weird divide on how we allow men to think about fitness and how women are allowed to think about fitness. It still feels like generally on Twitter in this discussion, people are like, oh, fitness is for men.
Yeah.
And women are just the number that they represent.
That implication's still definitely there, though. Like, I think that has been a societal thing for years. You don't buy a loved one exercise equipment and go, what are you gonna do with it? It's like, if you're, so like our example, Jess and I redid our garage in the backyard, and like I bought gym equipment for it. And I never went, here's a squat rack you can use. Here's some weights. It was just like, I'm buying this for both of us. Like, I'm going to use it. If you want to use it, awesome. If she wanted a Bosu ball or Bosi ball, whatever, one of those things. Yeah.
What is
Blue,
that?
the big blue ball.
Big blue, like a Vizio ball, but
With a
then
platform?
there's a platform you can stand on it,
Got it,
whatever.
got it, yeah.
I'm never going to use that thing in a million years. But she was like, I want that. We're like, okay, cool, got it. But I never went like, there it is. Go. Why don't you start working up it? Because then it's like, at that point, the implication, yes, that the guy's like, hey, honey, I guess you need this. Also, we don't know these people. We don't know what their rule, what their world is.
Yeah.
She is scared. That's all we know.
It could be
You
a
don't
sister.
know what she got him for the sex dungeon.
I thought they were cousins.
Yeah.
To be fair, yeah.
She blindfolded him, even though normally she's the one who gets blindfolded.
That's what.
But
You need the commercial. You need the commercial of his toy, and it's him opening a box, and it's just a strap-on, huge fist dildo, and he's like, oh my gosh, and he's like, I'm a little scared, but
and he vlogs the whole thing of him using it.
He's like, yeah, and at the end of the year, he's like smiling, and he's like, so what do you think?
Yeah, if you
And
get
then they
inter-
watch it on the couch in the living
yeah.
room.
If you just intercut some footage with him covered in grease with something around his neck, like
Yeah,
being
yeah.
pulled, and they're just smiling, like the daughter walks in, not now, honey, no.
Yeah. I don't know. I just thought it was interesting. People's reaction was so, how could he do this to her?
He's not in the background of the bed shot. You don't see him like laying like on the side.
Oh, he doesn't sleep there.
Yeah, that's
She sleeps in her own bed.
They pick such weird moments in her life to do like her waking up in the middle of the night.
Had another nightmare about the Peloton.
The shot where like she's showing it to him, she looks at him nervously, and he's just emotionless. Is the freakiest shot to me.
That I think is what
It's coming up.
It's the reaction shots of
It's this one right
Yeah.
there. He's just
Right.
like, judging you.
Yeah.
I mean, that actor wasn't there for any of it. He doesn't know what they purchased. It's just green on that TV. He has no idea.
The very final shot, you don't really look at it because you're focused on the left side where they're sitting on the couch, but she's on the screen making this face.
Yeah. There's a version of this. There's a version of this that I think like there's a minute long version and it shows her year and then it shows his year. And then it's like, she comes down, opens it, and then it shows she's like, oh my God, the bike. And it's him going, it's okay. I can take it back. She's like, no, I love it. Yeah. And then she goes at it. And then he's like, honey, you want to watch a movie? And she's like, no. And he just goes back to sitting on the couch. And then she's like waking up in the bed, recording a video. And he's like, go back to sleep.
Yeah.
Like,
Honey, it's cold.
no, I gotta go pedal.
She's at the computer editing her vlogs, and he's just like,
my fans. They expect this kind of content. I have to deliver.
yeah, honey, it's like she's about to blow out the candles. Like, do you want to come downstairs? Like, no, I'm almost done.
No, it's a shot of the husband side of the bed. He's laying down. He wakes up and he hears like some zooming, and he looks over, and she's just staring at him while she's on the bike.
He's like, how did this get up to the second floor?
She's like, I don't pedal.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought everyone's reaction was really interesting to this.
Yeah.
Maybe that says more about you.
Yeah, I think it
when
absolutely
you
does.
see that, when you go like, what a jerk husband, how would do that? It's like, are you a jerk husband, Mark Hoppus?
Maybe. I just think, I mean, I think it could be people's relationship with fitness. Again, she looks terrified. I concede entirely. She looks absolutely terrified by this. But there are times where I'm going to go to the gym and I am scared. I don't know that I've ever woken up in the middle of the night and felt like I needed to like really contemplate how scared. But there are points, numerous times where I'm like walking to the gym or riding my bike to the gym and I'm going, I am terrified right now about what I'm going to do, what I'm going to put on my back, and how I'm going to feel. And if I recorded myself, I'd be like, here we go. Like it could probably be the same thing. So fitness doesn't have to be easy. This is a shitty commercial, but I think they did do some positive things, which it did show. Fitness isn't necessarily a number. Fitness isn't something for people who are overweight necessarily. Doesn't mean if you are a thin person, it doesn't necessarily mean that you are fit, right? And fitness means a lot of different things. And also fitness isn't always easy. They could have made a commercial where they showed how easy it was for her to fit this bike into her routine. But I guess maybe their goal was, well, let's be a little more realistic about this and let's show how scary fitness can be and how you have to be committed, how it has to be something for you to kind of anticipate. I don't know.
I guess, would people be upset if she was a larger woman in the beginning of it and then she became thin at the end?
That seems shitty.
Which is actually, which is basically a lie, because it's like you have to eat healthy too. And all these other things.
Again, we are four men. Again, just a reminder that we are four men discussing this topic, but that seems shittier to me if they were like, oh, she was so unhappy before, and now she's so happy because she has lost this number, has now changed to be a lower number. That seems shitty.
Right. I was just thinking of the guy's comment of being like, she's already razor thin and she could only be thinner, and like, oh Jesus.
I want that actress to be like, thanks for leaping to my defense. I appreciate it.
And he's like, will you go out with me?
I do appreciate people having a more tongue-in-cheek kind of reaction to this. So like Jeremy Jojola on Twitter said, all I want for Christmas is a Peloton bike and a multi-million-dollar house with 35-foot windows, 2 brand new Lexuses out front with gigantic red bows, while I open a jewelry box for my wife while we are decked out in beige and black Banana Republic outfits. And then Eva and her IUD on Twitter. She makes a lot of funny viral videos, did a parody. She already did a parody of this, which is her like the marriage is falling apart. And she's like, oh, That's interesting that you did that for me, and then she like kind of goes and elaborates, and it's really funny, and it's comedy or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just thought it was interesting how people had such a reaction.
So Peloton, if you want to send us some free bikes for.
I don't know that we can afford to have.
I'll
them send
vlog
us
the
a
whole
free
thing.
bike.
I'll look as frightened as you want me to look.
Yeah.
I'll write it everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Looks like the Peloton lady too.
Yeah, I know. She does a lot of really funny videos online, but this is
167,000
man,
likes.
super fast.
she knows how to go viral.
I was gonna say because like I think we're used to the SNL sort of ones where they shoot it like where it looks almost identical. It's like they do the Joker thing with Oscar the Grouch, and it's shot the same way as the Joker trailer. Like,
Yeah.
I guess I was expecting that, but this is you got to work quick.
So yeah, I don't know. I thought that was a really funny one.
So you're gonna get one or what?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, I'm gonna get one for at least. That's the plan.
You're like, and here's the phone to vlog it with.
Yeah. Well, I think there's definitely a difference between being a man and a woman. And if you're a man, you might be interested in our sponsor, Hims.
Oh, segue.
All right, let's cut through the sponsorship BS. Are you dealing with hair loss or thinning? Does that make you feel uncomfortable, or do you wish there was an affordable solution to how that makes you feel? Then it's absolutely worth your time to look into Hims. 66% of men start losing their hair by age 35, and that's okay. But if you've spoken with your doctor and have decided you want something different, Hims, a one-stop shop for hair loss, skincare, and sexual wellness for men, provides convenient and affordable solutions backed by science. Hims uses FDA-approved products and licensed physicians to treat hair loss and the anxiety that comes with it. Skip long lines at the pharmacy because Hims will connect you with real doctors online who will determine if a custom treatment plan is right for you. It's convenient, it's discreet, it's confidential, it only takes a few minutes. So try Hims today by starting out with a free online visit. Go to forhims.com/dude. That's forhims.com/dude. forhims.com/dude. Prescription products are subject to doctor approval and require an online consultation with a physician who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. See website for full details and safety information. This could cost hundreds if you went to a brick and mortar pharmacy. Remember, that's forhims.com/dude. So thank you, Hims, for your sponsorship. And yeah, so I mean, any other final thoughts on this Peloton stationary bike?
I think psychopaths go to spin class. I wouldn't subject myself to that. I hate
Where do
spin class.
you fall on Orange Theory?
What's your theory on it?
Not. I mean,
I've only seen them from the
If
outside.
I got you a
I've
Christmas
heard
present, which
things.
is a membership to Orange Theory, would you hate me?
I don't
and
think I
vlog
would
it?
go. Yeah, I don't know.
That's what
I
they-
would go wink, wink.
What?
I'm not.
You're
why-
blinking
what's
at him
wrong with your eye?
furiously.
You okay?
Nothing, Mike.
No, it's just not my style. You know, like everybody has their own style of like fitness and working out, and I just like lifting weights and going for a run every now and then. But like that intense like. The next hour of your life is gonna be fucking miserable because we're gonna keep your heart rate up and we're gonna keep you running, keep you moving. It's just like that's just not for me.
I
Yeah.
haven't tried it. I haven't tried Orange Theory.
Yeah.
I've thought about giving it a try because I always like testing everything.
Yeah.
Did my brief stint with CrossFit earlier this year, and I was like, all right, I am hurt.
We kind of have like a Planet Fitness thing going, or at least on this one location. I was like seeing I was talking to a friend. She said that she went in a sports bra and all this stuff, and they said, you need to go buy a t-shirt or cover up because you are intimidating our other clients.
Oh, at Planet Fitness?
No, at Orange Theory.
Oh, at Orange
which-
Theory.
She was too.
She looked good, and she had like the like a sports bra and stuff like that, which is like pretty, I think, acceptable.
Yeah,
where
yeah.
It's like it wasn't even a sports bra. It was like one of those like but it just showed off her midriff. and
If
stuff
I
like
can
that.
wear it, anyone should be able to wear
Gotcha.
it.
Yeah, it's a crop top. But yeah, so they kind of like turned her away. But she was like, oh, I want to work out. So then she had to buy a shirt from Orange Theory because she couldn't go back to her place and make the
Wow.
lesson time.
That's a good way to sell merch.
Yes, so,
I'm sorry, you're gonna have to
sell
buy one of our shirts, bro.
You sell one shirt and then they never come back ever again.
But I don't.
But now
I,
they're a brand ambassador because they're gonna wear that shirt. It's true.
I don't like that, and I don't like the lunk alarm and all that stuff.
Oh, well, yeah. I hit the
Uncle,
way they.
was it?
The lunk alarm.
Lung alarm.
If you're going to Planet Fitness and you're like working out too hard, you're breathing too much, or you drop your weights, or you look, you have your shirt off, where they'll hit a lunk alarm and it sounds, and it's just like to shame you. It just draws all this attention.
But this is also the place that has like Pizza Fridays.
yes.
Oh.
I could go into a whole thing about how Planet
Okay.
Fitness is
I mean, if you can find a gym that's affordable, that's awesome. That's great. But
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, man, I don't need the literal bells and whistles. Jesus.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. I was unaware.
not to dissuade people from working out. If you find a Planet Fitness that works for you, great. But like, I am not a fan of the culture that they've kind of
No judgment.
cultivated.
Not that I have a membership
He does.
To a gym.
Planet Fitness.
No, you have a membership to an Olive Garden.
Yeah, I mean, but I've never heard a lunk alarm go off in the time that
That's because you're not working hard enough, Chris.
Yeah, I guess maybe I don't go to the gym
You
enough.
should set it off. That would be my goal. That would be how I like at the end of every single workout. I'm like, all right, let's hit that alarm, and then you go, "Meow," and I'm leaving anyway. Interesting.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never tried Orange Theory, but I'm
I guess for those who don't know what it is, because I don't really know what it is, it's like they gamify working out, right? They put a little wristband on you and it tracks you. And like,
Is that what I don't know.
Wristband?
something.
yeah,
It's
it's
like
a heart rate monitor.
Yeah, and you're like, you have a score on a board, and it's like, I like the idea of gamifying things and trying to get people to, it's like, oh, push a little harder. Like, okay, that's cool, but I didn't know if anyone actually liked it.
It's not really fair. That guy's going into cardiac arrest.
Yeah.
Like, his
Well,
heart
but
rate.
that means he's in the red. So orange is actually there's like green, which means you're not working out hard enough. Red means you're working out too hard, and then orange is where they want you.
I want the
gotcha.
better version. I want a red theory.
Red
I'm
theory,
like right
yeah.
next door, and it's just they're just like,
Well, here's the thing.
they're on fucking Pelotons.
You go till someone dies, and then all right, good luck. Class is over.
I don't even want a theory. I want a fact.
Red facts.
That's where I want to go for fitness. All right. Well, you guys heard about the YouTube changing policy?
Yeah. We're it's like the kid thing, or if you're
There's that.
wait.
Where you have to determine whether or not your channel is specifically kid stuff. That's that. But there was something that changed just recently. Adam cued me into it.
Yes.
YouTube is changing how it moderates violent video game content.
Uh-huh.
Because big thing was, I think, when Mortal Kombat, the most recent Mortal Kombat was coming out, a lot of people that were playing it or streaming it had to find ways to compensate for how violent that game was. You know, because there's basically a move that allows you to show X-rays of skulls being cracked or whatever. And I know Maximilian, a fighting game channel that I really like, what he would do is he'd like to have to desaturate or change or make it all green or like do some sort of
blood and stuff?
some sort of thing in post for all of his videos anytime something like that happened.
You've seen it, right? The X-ray stuff where like spikes go
Yeah.
through people's heads, and,
Yeah.
Skulls.
and then they just get back up and like fight.
And I guess it mostly looked for blood and stuff, common signs of violence. So if you put like a green filter on it, like it wouldn't notice it. But he had to do that for all of his videos, even though it's a video game.
Is that an algorithm? Like it's like a bot that's searching for red?
Yeah, or something. It knows violent imagery.
Weird.
There, you can use Google's Cloud API. We did a couple episodes of it. We did YouTube Court, where basically you put in a thumbnail or something, and YouTube will tell you what's wrong with it. So like they can read words, they can read expressions. It's a whole bunch of random crazy stuff.
So the Peloton video, they're like scared.
Yeah.
scared.
Violence, violence.
we should
signs of
actually,
violence.
we should actually run it through the Cloud
See what it
API
does.
and see what it
It
says.
just starts putting eyeballs
Yeah.
everywhere.
It's like, are you in trouble? Like,
We have phoned help. Well, they've changed their policy recently and tweaked their algorithm, I guess. Every once in a while, I always imagine YouTube as the train from Snowpiercer, the titular
Okay, hold on.
Snowpiercer.
Okay.
And
so on board.
and most of the time they're like, it's just going, and that's it. But every once in a while, they take a small child, sacrifice the child, spoiler, and then have the small child's hands go in there and try to do something and hopefully not die.
but it means the rest of us in the back of the train get to have some people are in the very back eating cockroaches, but some people are partying up. Some people are going to
Eating
class.
sushi.
Yeah, some people chop the fish.
So someone, they sent a child down into the engine of the machine and said, "Can you move some wires around?" And they used their tiny little toddler hands to change it so that way, which I guess it was pretty easy. Now it recognizes video games as scripted violence.
Okay.
So, for example, you could have made a short film, Blaine or Chris, you know, you're both very capable, made a short film that had an action sequence in it where you're some John Wick fighting, and then your main character, let's call him Hobo the Hitman. Hobo the Hitman kicks a guy in the side of the head, cracks his jaw. He hits his head on the side of a barrel, and there's blood everywhere. And he goes down, and the pool of blood spills out in front of him.
You could just do an actual example and talk about Arizona Circle. The last
Yeah,
episode,
there's plenty of violence in the last episode. Nice, good plug.
Simulated violence.
But for the sake of this,
scripted violence.
for the sake of this, let's discuss Hobo the Hobo the Hitman.
Yes.
And YouTube would be like, oh, that's fine. The algorithm knew, I guess, or it flagged it all automatically as scripted violence, not real violence. And so, interestingly enough, all they had to do was flip a switch and say, oh, well, we just think video games are scripted too. But it's, mind-boggling how it took that long to flip that switch. Seems video games are less violent, realistically. Like, there has to be an actual human being
Simulating pain.
in the script, right? In the
computer.
scripted version. In this one, it is literally just ones and zeros banging against each other.
Yeah.
Games are interesting because of the interactive aspect to it, because then there's someone controlling that, even though they're not. Like, so Mortal Kombat, for example.
Oh, because it's interactive.
It's an interactive game, but when it goes into that X-ray move or whatever, that is a scripted thing happening. It would be like watching John Wick or something like that. But I can see where the confusion was, or where like they were like, but wait, someone made them do that. Or like, it takes some education. So I'm for once, I think YouTube's actually, not for once, but in this rare moment, YouTube did something that helps the creators.
Yeah.
So
It's got to be helping Let's Players and things like that.
hopefully, yeah.
Because were they getting demonetized, or were they just flagging them and taking the videos down?
They were getting demonetized.
Demonetized. Just no ads. And there's basically a tier they can put you in where you want to be advertiser friendly for all. It's a difference. There gets some confusion between family friendly and advertiser friendly. You want to be advertiser friendly. Family friendly, not really so much, but family friendly will sometimes turn into advertiser friendly.
Got it.
Typically it does. So it gets you into like a higher tier of a better ad rate. Surprisingly, adult ads don't want to buy a lot of ad space on YouTube. Surprise. But if they were to one day,
I mean, they put
right
that
here.
Peloton ad on this video. I'd be okay with it.
what is that?
We showed it
we
enough.
could be all doing Pelotons right
Yeah.
here while
Yeah.
on the mic.
No, so that seems like that's a pretty good step forward.
I hope it helps guys like Maximilian where they don't have to go in certain frames and make it all green and have their viewers go, why'd you do that?
Well, the whole thing about it too is like it's just a nonsense. It's just all it does is it doesn't stop him from making those videos, and it shouldn't. It just means now there's this extra step, this extra stupid. And once you see that kind of hypocrisy kind of happening there, it's like, oh, it can't be violent. And I'm like, well, it's still violent. It's just green. It's just a green skull getting smashed. like
alien skull.
Like my human brain is still processing this the exact same way.
Right. But the robot has
Yeah.
been pleased.
robot-
We may move on.
Skulls aren't green.
Is there a world in which conspiracy theory mode? A world in which they're trying to like support game companies because like isn't there like Nintendo? They don't want people streaming their content or putting videos out.
That kind of past that.
Yeah,
I don't think-
that's
yeah.
basically changed.
They were trying to get something going originally. I think there was going to be like a Nintendo network or something.
There
where you
was.
could-
It was
a lot
kind of
of-
like
and-
React World.
Oh yeah, React.
It was kind of like
yeah.
Similar, but Nintendo actually enforced it, where they were like, you cannot stream or you cannot play our games unless it's Smash Brothers. And then, who cares? Yeah, because there's a lot of people who are like, well, I only play Nintendo games. Like, you should sign up for our network, and like, I guess I have to. Otherwise, you're going to claim all my videos.
Sorry, totally interrupted.
No, totally fine. I haven't kept up with that because I remember that came through us, and we're like, well, Mario Maker's coming out. Like, well, we're not going to be able to monetize it. We're like, fuck it, let's just try it.
Yeah.
And it monetized, and Nintendo never claimed it.
Okay.
Apparently, the way they claimed it was through music.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so you just turn that
They just
down or
knew
turn it
it
off.
was a Mario game.
So that's what they told us, or what we learned from the internet, which is just like, just don't play any of the music, and the gameplay's fine, because it was just us getting drunk playing Mario games. So.
Same thing happened with the Grand Theft Auto. They didn't want people playing the soundtrack and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Music was
yeah,
playing
because
on
it was
the
all
radio.
just licensed music.
Right.
I mean, yeah, it's a whole different beast of figuring out how to take something that is already taking media. So like Grand Theft Auto is its own game, and they're letting people basically play it and monetize their product for free. But then Grand Theft Auto, in effort to make just a fun game, has to license music. And so how does that like translate when now the music is in their game for the enjoyment. I mean, we always just turn our music
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
I haven't heard a song in we've played more hours than Grand Theft Auto, and I haven't heard a song in it in 5 years.
I assume the next step would be, because a lot of games have like streamer mode and all these other things.
Yeah.
GTA will one day have like a or like a content or whatever. What was the word I'm trying to think of? Public domain station or something like that.
yeah.
This radio station where it's like,
How do you do? No, nothing. How do you do? She's a
music.
doll I love or
that
something.
was the war of the world.
Borderlands did that.
What's that?
Borderlands 3 did that. They had you could turn on a mode that wouldn't play any of the licensed music.
Oh yeah, no, I was saying take it a step further. I was actually surprised that GTA 5 didn't have like a Last FM or Spotify integration. I think there's a mod you can do that where one of the radio stations is your music. But I was like, oh, why wouldn't they just do that one day? Where it's just
No one has physical music. No one has digital music on their stuff
some
anymore.
people.
Wasn't there recently confirmation from Rockstar about the next Grand Theft Auto 6 or whatever? Am I dreaming that?
They made no confirmation.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
Just another fucking rumor.
It's
I mean, yes, they're making one.
There was talk about Disney pulling Baby Yoda memes. Did that?
Oh, they reversed that. Yeah.
What was the deal with that?
I don't know. I read the Arjun thing and I already deleted it from my memory. Baby Yoda's just
Didn't they didn't think
he's our new god now.
yeah, they didn't so Disney didn't know that thing was going to be as big as it is, right?
Baby Yoda?
Yeah, because
they must have known.
Well, no, because dude, look up the shirt, the Rush shirt they put out. It's just literally a picture of Baby Yoda on a shirt,
mean-
like buy it. Like
Maybe they weren't prepared for the scale of it, but they had to have known. Sure. That
I mean,
it was
they-
going to be something.
They went in and they were like, they analyzed like, what do people want? Baby Groot? Baby Yoda. You know, like it's all color in by numbers. Not saying that I'm not enjoying
It's
Mandalorian.
pretty cute too.
Yeah, no, it's great, but like I totally recognize that what they're playing at.
Yeah.
There's some like creative bankruptcy and it's
There's a
fine.
formula. I mean, it's like puppies.
Exactly.
It's puppies, right?
I don't think they knew what they had for once. It's weird because we went to, I think we maybe talked about this on Filmhouse, but I'll repeat the story. I don't think you guys heard this, but Jacob and I went to the Mandalorian premiere and Werner Herzog was there and he was talking about how they had the puppet on set, the Baby Yoda puppet. And then when they originally shot it, they took it out because they're like, we might do it CGI. We don't know. Werner Herzog's like, commit to the puppet. Like,
Didn't he call him cowards?
yeah, he goes, you are cowards.
Jesus.
Don't be a coward, Jon Favreau.
It's funny because you told us, you and Jacob came back and you told us this funny story about what he said. And then it was like 4 or 5 days later that it started getting reported around and became like the thing. I was like, oh, that's funny.
Yeah. I mean, a bunch
You
of
were
people
there
like
as
that.
news
Yeah,
was
yeah.
being made.
But it's funny because they committed to the puppet and it's this really cute thing and everyone loves it. But then like, I think Disney was like, oh, cool, people like it. Thank God. Oh, thank God people like Mandalorian. They're like, oh shit, people really like it.
Hurry!
Now,
Bubble, Funko Pops.
Put it on put on, because, I mean,
Smooth out that regular Yoda and make him a baby Yoda.
What else can we babyify? I think it's,
Maybe Han Solo.
it's a human thing, right? Like you just see baby versions of things other than babies.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, it's cute.
Well, you know, in the Clone Wars movie, they made baby Jabba the Hutt.
oh, that's right.
Can't remember what his name was. I can't remember.
Yeah, why was there a
like
baby?
Stanley
Like it
or
wasn't
something.
actual
It was like
Jabba though.
That
right?
was no. It was Jabba the Hutt's baby,
Oh,
and
okay.
Ahsoka and Anakin were responsible for protecting it. And he gets kidnapped by like this league of you know they're gonna hold him hostage and all this shit. And it just looks like a turd.
At
That's
some
all.
point, was it moving forward along like construction pipes or whatever, and then the pipes lined up and it crossed over, and they're like, "Whoa!" Imagine it being like an episode of Mr. Magoo.
or what is that movie with the baby?
Baby's Day Out?
Day Out.
Yep,
Baby's
could
Day
be
Out.
a baby's day out. Only it's just parentheses Yoda.
It's the same guy who made 16 Candles and
John Hughes.
John Hughes movie.
Yeah.
John Hughes made Baby's Day Out.
did.
He did. I think it's the last movie.
And then he died.
Oh.
I don't think it was that fast though. I think it's just the last movie he made, and then he lived for another decade, and then he died.
It's just
No,
weird.
he died at the premiere.
He's
What did I
fine.
make?
It's fine. It's not as bad as like Baby Geniuses is worse.
Oh, okay. I'm trying to think of what other bad baby
Shut your
content
fucking
there's.
mouth about baby. No,
yeah?
no connection with
There's
that.
2 baby geniuses, right?
Yeah, Super Babies.
Okay. Yeah. I've
Baby
seen
Geniuses 2, Super Babies,
Any-
starring John Voight.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh man, there's a lot of. Is it on Disney Plus?
It
Song
might
of the
be.
South is not, by the way.
I know. But you
Kinda-
know who has it?
Is that an next sponsor?
Josh Flanagan has it on DVD.
Saw it.
I need him to
physical
make me a
copy.
copy of it. I'm sure you could find it on YouTube. But I
Every
need
time
to
Disney
make a
printed another Song of the South is,
copy. The best thing was talking with Josh Flanagan, and he goes like, I mean, it's not that racist.
It's pretty bad.
Oh God.
No, I mean, I remember when I was a kid,
Yeah.
like there were like books and stuff about
Oh yeah.
it. They
Well,
were, like-
Zippity Doodah was like just like a Disney song, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only know it as a ride.
Well, and even going to the ride, there's like there's like repurposed things.
Oh,
They
yeah,
changed
yeah.
stuff.
We're gonna
where it's
change
like,
this
yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, we got stuck in some honey.
Honey.
Oopsies.
Oh.
I'm like, no.
That's not
That's
what it
not
was.
what happened. That's not what happened.
Anyway.
Oh well. Listen, that's not very cool, Disney. If you want to up your game, we recommend checking out Box of Awesome from Bespoke Post. This fall, start a new monthly routine that'll upgrade your life and style with a Box of Awesome from Bespoke Post. Bespoke Post sends guys only the best stuff every month. So whether you're looking to craft your own hard cider or toast perfectly aged fall cocktails, Box of Awesome has you covered. From style and grooming goods to barware, cooking tools, and outdoor gear, Box of Awesome has carefully built collections for every part of your life. I like finding a box that mixes novelty with practicality. My last shipment was a Nikiri, which featured a super stylish 6.5-inch culinary knife. It looks great, and I'll be getting a ton of use out of it. Having a hard time deciding what box is right for you, though, you should take the quiz at boxofawesome.com, and your answers will help them pick the right Box of Awesome for you. They release new boxes every month across a ton of different categories. It's free to sign up, and you can skip a month or cancel anytime. Each box costs only $45, but has over $70 worth of gear inside. Get 20% off your first monthly box when you sign up at boxofawesome.com and enter code DUDE at checkout. That's boxofawesome.com, code DUDE for 20% off your first box. So thank you, Bespoke Post, for your sponsorship. Check out their Box of Awesome and get something cool for yourself. So speaking of Star Wars, guys,
Ooh, let's talk.
just found out there's going to be a Star Wars kids game show coming to Disney Plus. Why are you laughing? It sounds incredible.
Because I know what they're doing right now. They have this streaming service, and they're like, we need original content. What do we have? Star
Just
Wars.
scrambling.
Yeah, and they're like, who's watching this? Kids. And someone put the two words together and Star Wars kids.
Well,
I mean,
that being said, I saw a tweet this morning, and it could be whatever, but Annie Gutierrez, she's on the Star Wars show, and they said that it's been in development for years. But they finally are now far enough along that they're able to announce it and stuff.
This particular
so
show.
is this like Guts or something like that?
I'm imagining
Jedi
so.
Temple. There's also what was the
Legends of the Hidden
of the
Temple.
Hidden Temple.
Yeah,
Makes
yeah.
sense.
Oh, so they're trying to like harken back, like
Yeah, and then you're gonna get
Wink.
the people who are who have kids now who watch Legend of the Hidden Temple are gonna sit down and watch that with their kids.
which fucking sucks because anytime I watched it, they looked like idiots. They're like,
What?
oh,
Well-
like I always wanted to be on that show because it looks so easy.
I know.
Yeah.
It's like,
But-
what are you doing?
They're
No,
like
no.
drunk or something.
But you know how the production was on that show. Like, they shot a season in a week.
Yeah.
And so all those kids were there the same day.
Yeah.
So like when the Silver Monkeys come out, it's like those are the kids from like they were waiting in a room for 6 hours. Like, all right, your turn. And like, what are we doing? And
Yeah,
they're like, and who answered these questions 3? And like, what's happening?
Most of it, the only thing, it's basically every single shot in those kids' game shows is cut right after the kid gets shoved into like that. It's just it's just a PA or an AD
they
or
shove a
something.
helmet on
Just,
and
it's just, well, and then, yeah, and then-
Are you
and
good?
then-
They're like, what? Go.
Olmec, who, by the way, is just probably a dude reading off a sheet of paper or like a PA, just going like,
B.
which
Bradley Baker
this,
or whatever.
This conqueror came to Mexico and took over the Aztecs. And they're like, what? And then and then someone else on the other side of the room is filming the mouth just flapping. Like,
Someone's like,
Yeah.
but none of them have anything to do with each other. And then they're trying to answer the trivia by stomping that thing in the middle, and it's just not working. It's broken. So I felt the same way. I would get very frustrated watching those things. But man,
I'd heard that the smell of the water and like the cleanliness of the whole obstacle course is just fucking disgusting.
Oh yeah, I mean,
You mean it was too clean?
No. It was like
unclean.
It was like whenever you sign up for those like gladiator races or whatever, they
yeah.
always say like go to the
Mudder.
earliest one because by the end of it, it's just shit
Oh,
and
yeah.
piss and,
You'll
and
never be-
sweat
Yeah.
and blood.
A lot of those kids probably, when they're in that little kayak, they're like pissing themselves.
Yeah.
But then,
Oh man, have you seen that video of the kid who just can't get a hang on that kayak?
No.
There's a YouTube video out there. I don't have the link to it, but there's a YouTube video of this kid who he can't get it. He can't get the kayak.
What
He's
is
just
it?
all he needs is to go. Yeah. I think it's guts.
Okay.
So he's in the thing
Okay,
where you're on your knees and you're trying to paddle it, and he's just circling. He's just going over and over again.
That's the worst day of that kid's life. He's
Yeah.
an adult
Yeah.
now and he still wakes up in a night terror.
Yeah. He has the dream he's climbing the aggro crag and he falls. No. Yeah, but then like also Legend of the Hidden Temple is great because they ran out of funding like I think halfway through, right? And they didn't have any money for prizes.
Whoa.
So when you were a kid being frustrated, like, why can't you find the monkey head? Because it wasn't there. Because they're just like, just hide it. Don't let them find it because we can't have anyone win because we have no more money. So they'd be like, oh, one of the temple guards got you. And he's like, the kid's like, what the fuck? It's like too bad.
Well, that won't be the case because I'm sure Disney Plus is pouring money into this production.
I think these shows are better when things go wrong, which hopefully they will on this.
Do we think game shows will be a thing on these SVOD services though? Game shows seem like the perfect you're just going through channels. Like it was perfect for 90s kids because you
Right.
just would be
was
sitting in
also-
front of a TV and you're Double Dare.
It's also more like an event thing. Like people would watch Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and it was all happening at once, and people would like react real time versus like a streaming service where it's like, I'm gonna
Access
watch
it
this
whenever.
right now and go to fall asleep.
Also, it's a format, right? So
Yeah.
like one episode of Legends of the Hidden Temple is identical to another episode, and the only reason you kind of watch it is because it's on, right? So there's a show on Netflix. I don't remember what it's called, but it's a game show where the events are really dumb. It's just stuff like trying to drink a smoothie or trying to throw balloons at a spike on the ceiling and then grab the money and change that falls out. The only catch is that all of the contestants had to stay up for 24 hours before the show even begins.
awesome.
Right? And they stayed up for 24 hours counting quarters.
What the fuck?
So the premise is
In North Korea?
they stay up for 24 hours in this bright room, like this completely bright room, counting quarters. And then they have to remember, because they don't have a calculator or anything, remember how many quarters they counted, because that's the amount of money they can potentially win. But they all are trotted out after 24 hours to start the actual shooting of the game show. And then the first thing is they go, how many quarters do you think you counted? And they'll go, 12,425. And they go, wrong. It was 8,000. You were way off. You're off the show. Like,
Oh my God.
so they start with like 10 or something, and at the very beginning they eliminate 2 that were the furthest off from the number that they counted.
Yeah.
God.
And then from there they whittle it down with these really basic events. Like the events cost nothing to produce. One was we have an icy, and you have to drink as much of the icy as possible in
brain freeze and shit?
90 seconds, because I guess the theory is that when you're sleep deprived, you're more prone to brain freeze, and they're worse.
It's fucked up.
So they have to do it as much as possible, and they all do it with basically like these horse blinders on, or like in these little cubicles, so they can't see the other person compete. Then they all go back and they go, okay, we're gonna offer $5,000 if you're just willing to walk away because you think you did the worst. And so then they give the option of like, do you want to walk away with $5,000? Because if you were the worst and no one steps forward, someone has to get eliminated and you leave with 0. So it's like you're given the option to just like I did terrible, but you have no idea how well anyone else did. The other one was threading a needle. Threading like just through as many as possible. You have no idea how many anyone else did, and you have to basically choose and sacrifice. And then like from there it goes. Then the grand prize is you can win everyone's money that they counted. That's it. Yeah.
I hope the showrunner and producer of this show is making the Jedi show.
Yeah.
Well,
All right, so these kids stay awake for 1 week.
Day 5, season 3.
There's a season on Netflix. I watched the first episode and I went, "This is amazing." Never went back.
Yeah.
Because why would I?
You kind of get it.
It's just different
Do-
people. The game is the same, right?
Do they do the same challenges?
I
every
mean,
time?
some of these look different where the dude's like trying to balance a ball or so. Like some of these do look different, but I don't know if I have the patience to sit through that.
Right.
Like as a kid,
Yeah.
when you have no control over what you want to watch, I feel like you do.
You're just constantly.
I get it though. They're gonna be like, okay, do a handstand while you have a puppet on your foot. You know, Hamill did it.
Yeah,
Why don't
yeah.
you do it, you little bitch?
What do you think the events for the Jedi Temple are?
Yeah, great question.
Because like, I mean,
Rope
I feel
climbing.
I feel like it won't just be like Ninja Warrior stuff, but something in that same.
Well, there's
vein.
going to be like shooting womp rats or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't think
Like,
I don't think so. If they're
Why?
gonna, I think they're gonna go full Jedi, and it's gonna be like no guns. There might be like a hand-to-hand combat thing.
Oh, okay.
But I feel like there's gonna be like the Jedi brain, the minds, and you know.
Well, the only reason Luke was able to shoot those womp rats is because he had the Force in him. He just didn't
Yeah.
know it.
He
Oh, he
thought
also
he
scored the
thought
dice.
to him it was easy because he used to pull
Yeah.
back
Yeah.
home.
But he had more midichlorians than everyone
Yeah.
else.
Do you
God
we,
damn it.
do we think that the final one will be a trench run,
No.
or is that too out
no,
of
you got to
date
go
for Star Wars?
fight Darth Vader and he chokes your ass because you can't beat him.
The one event is going to be riding those horses through that casino,
Oh yeah.
and you have to reach out and grab as many poker chips. I don't know what they
What if there's
use
a
there.
trivia section and they're like, "Why'd Snoke die so early?" And you're like, what the fuck? I don't, huh?
I did the arm cutting challenge where whenever you just
Yeah.
cut off the dude's arm.
They're like, Rose is a strong character. Agree or disagree?
Yeah. How far into a trilogy do you think you should subvert the genre?
Should your main antagonist take his shirt off?
Is there an event? I know, Blaine, you are a big Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
So if you could be a child, which you can't be, and go on the show, which you won't, what event would you want to compete in the most?
I mean, probably whatever the big Wipeout / Ninja Warrior challenge would be. I imagine that it's going to
As
be
a child,
Oh yeah. Oh well, I guess
because child Blaine is very different than
Child Blaine
this
would have wanted to
Blaine.
do the Jedi eating challenge. But no, like whatever that will be, because I'm sure it's gonna be super elaborate and it's gonna have Star Wars elements. So it's gonna have like the industrial imperial like with the like cool lights and stuff like that. Or I don't know. I feel like they're not gonna go like full Legends of the Hidden Temple, but based on the graphic, it looks like it's like old Jedi temple,
Right.
like rediscovered.
Can you survive before the Knights of Ren murder you in your sleep?
Yeah.
Basically, like
I want the shoot first challenge where it's just a quick draw at a
Oh.
at a booth
McClunky.
like you wait for McClunky. And then
I assume they're gonna do like they're gonna have like guest stars and have like
Not a Jedi, by the way.
like
Well,
what's his name, Ray Park.
it's a friend.
Yeah, Darth Maul.
Yeah, they're gonna have him come be like, I'm gonna teach you how to be a Jedi. They're like, that's what he sounds like. I thought he had a deep voice. Like, nope, different actor.
They probably might, because like based on the Star Wars show that they have now, they always bring back like Anthony Daniels,
Yeah.
and Ray Park, and like people that have been a part of making the movies and stuff.
Yeah.
I
I
was
assume
on
I assume it's gonna be like a marketing vehicle, basically. Like, oh, we can keep this thing around. So like, hey kids, it's me, Pedro Pascal. You may know his Mandalorian. Like, no, you don't. You take your helmet off, and he goes, oh, well,
Hey,
fuck
it's me now.
Yeah. And then
Do
they're
you-
like,
and Baby Yoda.
Do you think Disney is digging too far deep into Star Wars? Are they making their two brands too synonymous?
I think
too
so,
soon?
and I think they're not digging deep enough into Marvel. Like, where's the Marvel land?
Well,
It's
I
on
think,
its way.
I think
Yeah,
they're
I
building
mean,
California
they're
Adventure right
building.
now.
They are building
Yeah.
a Marvel land.
They took
in
out Bugs.
California
They took
Adventure.
out Bugs Life land because Kevin Spacey's in
Spacey,
there.
yeah.
Hopper
Oh, wait.
buried in the middle.
Because he was a bad guy.
He's the voice
in
of
Bug's
Hopper.
Life.
Yeah.
oh, he
guy.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why they took it out. And they said, well, what are we going to do? And someone said,
Yeah.
I guess we can put in Marvel, I guess. But they said,
I mean, people are going to be the Bugs Life crowd's
Yeah.
really going to be pissed.
People love Hopper.
they're going to be really upset.
No one knew Bugs Life was there. That's actually part of the problem.
No. If you had to get from Guardians of the Galaxy
No,
to the
you
Cars
knew-
ride, you'd walk through it.
No, you knew. No, you knew those were there. But the Hopper experience, where like Kevin Spacey comes down and yells at you, like no one knew that was a part. That was a thing at the park. So they're.
Do you think
yeah,
they'll
I mean,
find a spot for Kevin Spacey in the new Marvel universe rides?
somewhere? Yeah.
I hope so.
I mean, if you go into the Guardians of the Galaxy ride, you can still recognize pieces of the Haunted Mansion or whatever. What was it called? The
Twilight Tower.
Twilight,
Terror.
yeah.
Tower
yeah.
of Terror. So I imagine they're gonna have like
They just put Hopper in there. Is
somewhere in there.
Man, yeah, all with the collectors things. There's this giant grasshopper going, I said I was gay. Like,
Yeah.
it makes it all gay.
You don't understand. Wait, who was the bad guy in Ants? Christopher Walken.
Was it?
Yeah. They should replace it with an Ants World.
Well, no, because Woody Allen.
Oh, come on. You mean I can't enjoy any bug-based movies?
That came out years before that he was banging his stepdaughter.
Yeah.
Or his adopted.
He's been embraced and beloved by the industry for a long time.
Yeah. I mean, you think Midnight in Paris is old? No. It's like
pretty new.
And the Academy Award goes to this sicko. He goes,
Hey, thank you.
yeah,
I appreciate it.
I played an ant.
It's a good movie, though.
But back to your question though about like, is Star Wars going too hard and stuff like that? I guess like they're not doing the movies at the pace that Marvel is, but like there are other like, you know, they got the books and the comics, which I consume all those. I feel like they could go harder on video games. It feels like they're not focusing on the right things, you know?
Yeah, live action reality kids TV show.
Seems a weird direction.
Feels kind of like you're diluting the franchise a little bit.
Well, I guess.
It reminds me of the Let's Dance or whatever the fuck. With
Oh, yeah.
I'm Han Solo.
Yeah.
Which was done under Lucas's control, so who knows what we're doing.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
You didn't see that?
Connect Star Wars.
Connect to Star Wars.
It was
was
a
a bunch
dance
of
game.
game. Well, there was a bunch of games. One was a Dance Central. The other
I
one
remember
was where
that.
you were a Rancor going through stuff. There were a bunch. It was a multitude of games, including being Han Solo doing Thriller, I think, or something.
You're dancing to the
so
disco version of
Diluting
Star
the
Wars.
brand might
Yeah,
be
yeah.
a little past.
Yeah, I guess maybe Star Wars has already been. I mean, yeah, this just feels corporate. I guess.
I'm genuinely. I have no doubt that this Star Wars movie that's coming out in only a few short weeks will do gangbusters.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't, what?
I know it's coming.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't.
You're gonna talk about.
But if it doesn't do gangbusters, I think that they should just start with a clean slate. Because I think a clean slate is always better, especially when it comes to your teeth.
Fuck. Okay. All right. I thought you were gonna go cats. Sorry.
This episode is brought to you by Quip. The holiday season is here, and this year your gift can start next year's good habit with Quip. Quip is something that's sure to put a smile on everyone's mouth because it's dental care they'll actually want to use every single day. Quip is the perfect, thoughtful, and practical gift with an electric toothbrush, refillable floss, and toothpaste, all intentionally designed to make good habits simple. The Quip electric toothbrush has sensitive sonic vibrations and a timer with a 30-second pulse to guide your routine, and the Quip floss dispenser has pre-marked strings so you always use the right amount of floss. Plus, Quip delivers brush heads, floss, and toothpaste refills every 3 months. Honestly, I do love my Quip brush. I believe in the effectiveness of an electronic toothbrush, but a lot of brands go way overboard with all the bells and whistles. Quip is simple. It works, it's efficient. So join the over 3 million happy customers and check everyone off your gift list right now with Quip. Just go to getquip.com/dude to save on gift sets and to get your first refill free with a refill plan. That's your first refill free at getquip.com/dude, getquip.com/dude. So thank you, Quip, for your sponsorship. No, we weren't going to talk about cats, but now we're going to talk about cats.
Oh, right, great.
Something that's pure, not corporate.
Yes, let's hit that logo, hit that header.
Look at that. Was that Comic Sans?
Cat's font.
It's Cat's font. Well, thank you for joining me, you guys, for Countdown to Cats. I'm
This
really
is why we're
excited.
here.
We only have a few more episodes of Countdown to Cats to go.
All right, because it comes out the same day as Star Wars.
We're as of the recording of this podcast, we are 17 days away from Cats, which is thrilling for me. We may only have 1 or 2 more.
You didn't bring your
Countdown
cat's
to
bucket.
Oh,
You wanna go get it?
Nah, that's all right. It'll show up.
yeah, go get it. Go get my stuff.
Wow.
Go get my stuff. I completely forgot that.
It's okay.
Should be on my desk. Thank you. Before he gets here, because as you know, Countdown to Cats is a show that it's my favorite show. And it's a, thank you. Yep, great. And it's a show where I make sure people, because it's a it's a classic musical. All right. There's a lot to it, a lot of working parts, but it's also a little different. People aren't always used to it. And people know about cats, but they don't know about cats. And so that's the point of Countdown to Cats, is to kind of inform people and let people know. Also address any major news breaks in the cats world, of which there has been one, which we'll be discussing today.
We have a story?
I have a story, and then
I purposely didn't look it up because I wanted to have fresh reactions.
So a lot of people were letting me know, and I appreciate it. But of course, I get the Google News alert. So thank you very much. Let's set that up right here.
Your treasures.
My treasures. I just got this. I went to a screening.
You can go.
There's nothing in there.
You can go trick or treating.
I can still smell
The popcorn.
the popcorn in. There's
Yeah,
still,
it hasn't been
It's
washed
still
out.
greasy.
It
It
smells
smells like cats too.
It smells like cats. It's litter. I'm going to put some litter in there. So people have been tweeting me, letting me know that the director, Tom Hooper, has admitted that they have made some changes to the cat's visual effects.
That's sacred. You
They,
can't
they're
do that.
Sonic.
And my big thing was, I was like, well, I'm glad that they're not doing the Sonic route, which they're doing. There's backlash and there's a redesign. I'm glad they're sticking to their guns, and people are going, whoa, well, they're actually changing things. But just to clarify his statements, one of the things he said is, when you watch the finished film, you'll see that some of the designs of the cats have moved on since then, and certainly our understanding of how to use the technology to make them work has gone up too. The way they filmed this was, I don't think they used motion capture for most of the stuff. I think they just filmed the actors, and then they're using a new computer technology to just plop cat stuff on top of them.
Really?
Yeah. Seems like it's working great. And so I just want to clarify that I don't think they're changing. I would interpret this as they're not going back to the drawing board. This isn't a Sonic McClunky type scenario.
Right.
Okay. This is just, they're learning to use the tools they have. We're all editors here. We've all worked on projects, and when you start, you have an idea of how it's going to go, and then they're in the process. You go, oh, we can fine tune this.
This movie comes out in 2 weeks.
Yeah, they're still figuring it out.
It's evolving.
It's evolving. It's an
needs-
ever-evolving
It needs
process.
to be done.
Lots of trailers have unfinished VFX.
Yeah, but that trailer came out 6 months ago. Like the movie
Remember
comes
the
out.
Star Wars one where Kylo Ren didn't have a reflection in the ship. Well, now all the cats have reflections. I'm sure what he's referring to are some of the light puddling on the ground.
Really?
That Victoria the White Cat's reflection was in.
What's like the drop dead date, like the cutoff date for delivering a feature film? Because at some
For
point
cats?
you're not delivering film
December
reels anymore.
19th.
Day of, I guess.
It's like digital content. I don't even know how
They stream it now. Everyone has like a pipeline basically. So it's like, it used to be they delivered. I mean, used to be
Physical?
Yeah. Physical. I mean, they obviously they ship film out, but then it was hard drives, and now it's a fiber line. That's
Wow.
it. It's crazy.
One of the best film BTS, getting off topic, but one of the best film BTSs that I've ever watched is the making of Transformers 2.
Yeah.
Because Michael Bay is just like a psychopath.
Yep.
I don't think he needs cocaine. That's the thing. I think he's just wired.
But he's on it though.
But like, he's just crazy, and they're at the Tokyo premiere of the movie, and he's still doing remote color correction on what will be the U.S. domestic release of the movie. He's still going frame by frame and saying this. So the Tokyo one was not even the same version that everyone else watched.
Wow.
He was still fine-tuning stuff. So, but I don't think we have to worry about the cat's designs changing that dramatically. The new trailer dropped only a week ago or so, and it still looks great. It still looks like it's going to be a blast, and I frankly can't wait to go see it. But without further ado, let's move on to the educational portion of Countdown to Cats, the trivia. Can we throw up that trivia there?
Not prepared
Okay,
for this.
so every week I do a little bit of trivia. Don't worry, you don't have to know the answers. It's a learning experience. That's the beauty of cats. We've gone through almost all of the cats by name. We've learned all. Adam, you've been here for basically every episode.
Yeah, there's Rum Tum Tugger and others.
See, he knows one though, which is
Bumble
more
League,
than
Bumble Arena.
Bumble Arena.
Old Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy.
This is the point of Countdown to Cats, is to learn it, even if it involves stuttering and kind of like Forrest Gump-y type pronunciation. But this is
Like
the
me.
point. What was the short we were doing? We were doing the short, the technical service Rooster Teeth short. And it's like even you, Blaine, you're like, me?
You like me?
Anyway, so you guys don't have to know the answers, but we've already covered a lot of cats lore. We've talked about the species, the domestic species, the
Feline.
house cat,
The genus.
right? Thank you, the genus. And so now we're moving into, let's get into the mind of the creator of the musical, not T.S. Eliot, the person who wrote the poems on which the musical is based, but the person who interpreted cats into what we're going to see on the screen, Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Psychopath.
So I've compiled some trivia about Andrew Lloyd Webber to better inform us to the creator, so that way we can better know the content contained within. So here's some trivia here.
Is he the film director for the movie?
No.
that's Hooper.
He's the composer.
yeah.
Okay.
He's
You've heard
the
the
most.
name.
He's the most accomplished composer in the history of music.
Joel hates
Did he
him.
do the Madonna thing like the Argentina?
He did do
Evita.
Evita.
Yeah. Okay. He did Technicolor Dreamcoat in fucking. Sorry, I'm answering the question.
Okay.
Hey,
hold on.
wait for the trivia
What
before
was-
you
all
try
right,
and
so let's
answer.
go.
I think he has a
What
leg
was
up. yeah.
Andrew Lloyd Webber's first completed musical production?
Phantom of the Opera.
It's not multiple choice.
It is not multiple choice.
Phantom of the Opera.
I'm going to say
You don't learn
Starlight
with-
Express because that's when he got really good.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't say Phantom of the Opera.
A musical. A
Say Lion
musical
King.
is Oklahoma.
There wasn't Phantom of the
okay.
Opera because that would have been like 1800s. Did Joseph in the Technicolor Dreamcoat?
Let's see the answer. Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
Look at me!
You got your first Countdown to Cats trivia
Wow.
question right.
Man, I
that
feel
will probably be
stupid.
the only one.
Does he get a prize?
Knowledge is the prize. No, you have to
Oh,
give those back. Sorry.
This size child's small.
That's the size of the Countdown to Cats combo.
How many times did you have to go back to the? Yeah.
Yeah, you drink it like a
I just
cat.
sipped
Two
it.
sips.
I was going to see a movie this weekend, and I have a really bad sore throat. And I was like, "Well, I'll just fill this with water." But I was like looking at how small it was, so I'd be like, "Oh, my throat's real sore." I need a ration. 2 hour, 10-minute movie. All right, let's move on. Okay, Starlight Express, one of Andrew Lloyd Webber's very popular musicals,
Yeah, in Germany.
is based on what children's property?
It looks like a Transformers porno.
Yeah, I mean, it's Thomas the Tank Engine, right?
Transpornos.
Starlight Express.
Curious George.
Okay,
What's
all right.
you already said that, which would have been my answer. So I'm gonna go with
Go
Polar.
Bots.
I'm gonna go with Polar Express.
Polar Express,
Okay.
the book. Okay, correct answer. Thomas the Tank Engine.
I didn't
the
know
Railway
that.
Series. That's Thomas the Tank Engine.
The jacked dude in the middle.
Yeah.
Well, it's just an
Elvis?
adaptation in general of Thomas the Tank Engine.
Sure.
AKA
makes
the
sense.
Railway Series.
Okay.
Right, guys?
Yeah. I mean, is it?
It is.
That doesn't look like a children's property to me.
Well, you haven't seen it.
It looks like a German
On
sex
stage.
cult.
It does.
They're all on roller skates, by the way.
I know.
This looks
Okay.
like one of those.
All right, let's move on.
Sorry.
All right. Andrew Lloyd Webber is a prestigious EGOT title holder. What does EGOT stand for?
Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony.
That
I mean,
I was going to
yeah.
answer that. I was.
Okay.
Though, I don't think he has all those. Does he?
He has to if he's an EGOTer.
Unless EGOT means something else in James's weird head. I'll go with the Emmy, Grammy, Oscar.
Let's
Tony.
see the answer. Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony.
Okay.
Yeah, he absolutely is an EGOT.
Okay. I thought there's gonna be some weird award he got that starts with an O.
Oh, no. So you've gotten 2 right.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
I
You've
would've
gotten
gotten
2
this
right
one
as
right.
well.
You see, time's
Chris
up for
has
Angela
gotten this
Weber.
one, even though he said it after Blaine did. Okay, great. All right, let's move on. I've abbreviated it because I got tired
Yeah.
of typing it out.
Yeah, of course.
ALW is the only composer to have how many simultaneous productions running in London's
3.
West End?
I'm gonna go with 2 because he's doing 2 in the thing.
Ooh,
He's like, hey, I got 2.
Photo. Okay,
I'm gonna say like 7.
7. Okay,
He's
correct.
made a lot.
Correct answer is 6. Very close though. Very
Yeah.
close.
But that was gonna be something stupid like 15.
No.
Okay.
All right, moving on. We only have a couple of these. All right. This comedian often portrays ALW on the Comedy Bang Bang podcast.
I don't listen to that podcast. I listen to Good Morning from Hell.
It's Paul F. Tompkins.
Okay. Paul F. Tompkins.
Fran Drescher.
Fran Drescher is a great answer.
Paul T. Fompkins.
Paul T. Tompkins. Let's see the correct answer. Paul F. Tompkins.
What did I say?
You said Paul F. Tompkins.
Okay.
Yeah.
Correct answer. If you haven't heard his interpretation of Andrew
perfect.
Lloyd Webber, you should.
It's like not even close.
I looked at the screen as it was fading out of Paul F. Tompkins' thing, and his face was on my face, and I became Paul F. Tompkins.
For just even a brief moment.
It's
He
the
could probably
smallest.
do an impression of you too. All right, I think we have one more question left. In 1991, using the pseudonym Dr. Spin, Andrew Lloyd Webber became a one-hit wonder with what song?
Fuck, I was 1 year old.
The best thing about this question is I wasn't sure what was better trivia, the name of the song or the name he used.
Oh my God.
1991.
Yeah, I guess.
This is like a song that's outside of all the Broadway
Has
shit.
nothing to
And
do.
he
has
wasn't Ace
nothing.
of Base.
He wasn't an Ace of Base.
I'm going to guess he wrote Alanis Morissette's You Oughta Know.
Okay.
I want to say it's like a Madonna song. I don't know. Fucking Lucky Star. Who knows?
Okay.
No, that's not a one-hit wonder. It's fucking Madonna. Come back to me.
Okay.
1991. I don't know.
Party all the time.
Eddie Murphy, Party All the Time?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
He wrote it. Eddie
That's a-
performed it.
Okay.
He wasn't in the Police, was he?
He was not, to the best of my knowledge.
Damn.
Could have been, though. Could have been in Genesis.
think it's
They're always
Seal.
swapping people out.
The
not gonna
breakfast. What was it? Those
Breakfast at Tiffany's?
Yeah, sure,
Yeah. Deep Blue something?
sure.
Okay.
I'll go with that.
You think he was in Deep Blue Something and he wrote the song Breakfast at Tiffany's?
Yes.
All right.
Under the pseudonym Dr. Spin.
Oh, was he a spin doctor?
The correct answer, Tetris.
He wrote the Tetris theme?
He wrote a remix of the Tetris theme
That's
song
his?
that became a worldwide sensation in 1991. He is a multifaceted talent, a hero, and the creator of the musical Cats.
This is like a dude who was Doctor Who, but instead of saving the Earth, he just wanted to make weird content.
Yeah.
He's just a fucking weird dude.
He did the
He's great.
techno remix on Tetris that I downloaded on Napster. Wow.
That's
no,
ALW.
he didn't. Dr. Spin did.
Yeah, I was going to say, technically it was
Gotcha.
Dr. Spin for the
Gotcha.
sake of his accounting books.
This is his
Dr.
Chris
Spin.
Gaines or whatever moment.
See, you learn something every day.
Yeah.
And we're going to learn mostly about ourselves when we all check out Cats in theaters December 20th.
Not a sponsor.
Only 17 days away.
Not a sponsor.
I would actually like to fly to LA to watch Cats with you.
You can. No one's stopping you. Joel and I are going to go.
well, it is.
I told Joel that we might rent tuxedos and go, and he said, rent? Tuxedo?
Yeah, Joel said
And I went, well, all right. So yes, thank you guys. I'm very excited for Cats. Thank you guys for joining me for this episode of Dude Soup. It was a lot of fun. We got to the bottom of a lot of things. Good Morning from Hell podcast every Monday. iTunes, Google Play Music, Spotify,
everywhere.
anywhere you can get podcasts.
Just search Good Morning from Hell.
Do you have any good episodes coming up that you want to tease or anything
We've
like
got a
that?
Christmas episode.
We got a really good Christmas episode with Greg Miller from Kind of Funny. We also we're recording episodes here while we're
How did that work out
What was
for
it?
you?
Do you have
That's
guests?
good.
Pretty well, yeah.
pretty
Okay.
good.
It started out weird, and then it got into some.
Do you have any guests you want to tease coming up? Because the whole thing is this show has a lot of great guests. You have booked way better guests than most other podcasts do. John Lennon, for example.
Oh.
Any good
Well, we
guests
had-
you want to tease?
Well, we had Santa.
Okay,
Yeah.
Santa.
The actual Santa.
The actual Santa.
The
in
actual
hell.
Santa. Yes.
Okay.
We had
Wow.
Medusa.
Medusa.
Medusa, that's cool. Okay, cool.
We
If you ever need Andre the Giant, I know a guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Want to bring him over.
We had Guy Ferrari.
Ferrari?
No,
This
it's-
last week.
It's his, if I recall, it's his alias from hell.
Yes.
But when he goes up to Earth to dine, dive, and dash or whatever he does, he changes his last name slightly. Right? Okay. But he still drives a Ferrari.
Yeah.
So yeah,
right?
check out Good Morning from Hell. Thank you guys for joining us. Always a pleasure. Also, you can see you guys on Rooster Teeth. Tons of content, shorts, and everything.
And Arizona Circle.
And Arizona Circle.
It's your last chance to watch it before we delete it.
Well, it's probably going to stay up for a while, but yes,
Nope.
if you want to watch it and be part of the conversation, you don't want to miss we got a Baby Yoda moment coming up.
Do we?
In our finale? It's going to be our Baby Yoda. It's gonna be our Baby Yoda. People are gonna be talking about it. You don't want to be the last one to find out about this thing. Trust me. So check out the Arizona Circle season finale on Rooster Teeth first, and then also want to mention buy two get one free on all Funhaus merch this Friday, December 6th at the Rooster Teeth store.
Cyber Friday.
Cyber Friday. We're just extending it all week. Who cares?
Cyber Week.
Thank you to Hims, Quip, and Bespoke Post for your sponsorship. And thank you to you guys for watching. We appreciate it. It's a lot of fun. And remember, Cats, you can buy your tickets now, I think.
They're not a sponsor.
You can get your tickets now
You
if you
get
want
nothing
to.
from this.
I do too. Look, what are these?
What do you think? They're going to make a sequel?
Those
I got
cost you
these.
$17?
They cost at least
You know, because they back in the day, like great artists and musicians, they would get sponsors, who would just pay for them to, make their content. That's kind of what James is doing. He's kind of like
With the reverse, what's
You're just promoting,
there's a term for it though. Yeah.
Sellout.
How dare you? This is as art as it gets. Thank you for watching. Wait, when are we gonna get throttle? Like go full jet with it. So it's got a yoke
Hitch, yaw,
and a yoke
yeah.
and a throttle. And so instead of you don't even need your feet. You can put your feet up or cross your legs or whatever you want to, and then this is go faster, this is go slower, and then this is that.
I think
and then there's a gun mount.